Good morning everyone and welcome to Lords for the fourth day of the first test match between New Zealand and South Africa in this, the first semi-final series of the Hero Cricket League's Y50 Test Match Championship 2020. New Zealand is still batting in their first innings. They are 379 for 3 with Glenn Turner, the opening batsman, still at the crease and currently lead South Africa by 35 runs on the first innings. New Zealand have adopted a much slower approach than South Africa. This really is their day to cash in. If they can score a lot of runs today, they can really put South Africa under a lot of pressure going into tomorrow. South Africa, on the other hand, they'll be wanting quick wickets this morning to try and bundle out New Zealand as quickly as possible so they can get themselves back into this match. We join the action now as Mike Procter bowls the first ball of the day to New Zealand's opening batsman, Glenn Turner. And that's a wild delivery, but Turner leaves it through to Boucher. Oh, that's nasty ball from Procter. That ball threatening to come back in, but holding its line, and that's the wicket that South Africa were looking for. Glenn Turner's 12.5-hour epic is over. He is gone. Caricatures bowled Procter for 157, and New Zealand are 388 for 4. Off the edge, down towards the boundary for 4, and McCullum is off the mark. New Zealand will really be hoping that McCullum can shine. Oh, that's absolutely hammered down the ground, and that brings up the 400 for New Zealand. Oh, that's a rapid delivery from Dale Steyn. McCullum seemed to completely lose sight of that. He is out. Bowled Steyn for 8. And New Zealand are 403 for 5. Oh, that's a typical whip from Chris Cairns down the ground, and that will be his first boundary. Edged and down towards the boundary for 4. These are all valuable runs for New Zealand. Oh, that's beautiful bowling from Pollock. His first wicket, well deserved, drawing Crowe into the stroke, and Crowe was out. Caricatures bowled Shaun Pollock for 28, and New Zealand are 417 for 6. Oh, Vittori slapped that one away, past mid-off, and that will be his first boundary. Oh, that's a lovely piece of bowling from Shaun Pollock, the off-cutter, and the umpire's given it out. Yes, that's the 4th wicket for South Africa this morning. They're having a very good day. Chris Cairns caught plumb in front. He is out. LBW to Shaun Pollock for 14, and New Zealand are 430 for 7. Oh, got him! Hadley's gone too. Another wicket down for New Zealand. Beautiful bowling from Shaun Pollock, and Richard Hadley is out. Bowled Shaun Pollock for a duck, and New Zealand are 430 for 8. Vittori goes in the air, past mid-off, and down the ground for 4. Oh, that's a lovely ball from Procter. Bolt didn't know much about that. Swung away from Trent Bolt, past Amla at mid-on, and that takes the lead past 100 for New Zealand. Oh, that's a nice shot from Trent Bolt. That's going to run away down the hill for 4 and bring up the 450. Oh, and now through the onside. These are incredibly useful runs for New Zealand. Time for lunch on day 4. That was a much better session for South Africa, taking 5 wickets. However, New Zealand did score 77 runs and they have extended the lead to 112. Let's have a look at their scorecard. The big news of that session, of course, was the wicket of Glenn Turner, who was finally dismissed after nearly 12.5 hours at the crease. 535 deliveries for a magnificent 157. Not much else from the New Zealanders today. They tried to up the ante, tried to score some boundaries, but South Africa kept taking some wickets. In particular, Shaun Pollock. He currently has 3 for 80, 2 wickets for Dale Steyn, 2 for Mike Procter, and 1 for Alan Donald. Oh, that's nice bowling from Donald. That really squared Vittori up. Well, that's hit Trent Bolt on the pad. Steyn appeals. That looked very close. The umpire says no. Let's have a look at the replay. Yes, that ball not quite coming back enough. Oh, Vittori is such a resourceful batsman. Down the ground for 4 more. Yes, the partnership is now 41 between these two. That's very frustrating for South Africa. Oh, that's gone down. Oh, that's a drop catch. Well, you don't often see Jacques Hallis dropping catches, but that was a slightly difficult one at leg slip. Oh, what a lovely shot from Trent Bolt off Alan Donald, and that will bring up the 50 partnership. Yes, the New Zealand fans will certainly be enjoying this. Another big shot from Dale Steyn. They hit Vittori, but perhaps outside the line of off stump again. Let's have a look at the replay. Past the edge, more frustration for South Africa. Slashed away from Vittori, that will be 4 more. The South Africans have been out there for 209 overs now. They're starting to look quite tired. Oh, Trent Bolt just clipped that one away, down towards backward square leg like a batsman. Well, that's a nice comeback from Dale Steyn. They think they're here an edge, but it's a no ball. More frustration. Oh, and he's out now. Yes, Trent Boult is gone. Finally, South Africa have broken this annoying partnership. Trent Boult is gone. Courtney Boult staying for 33, and New Zealand are 490 for 9. Shane Bond now to face his first ball from Dale Steyn. Whoa, a very fast bouncer. That went over Boucher's head for 4 byes. And now Steyn goes forward. That's very close. The South Africans appeal, but the umpire says no. More frustration for South Africa. Let's have a look at the replay. Yes, that ball just hitting Bond outside off stump. Oh, full toss from Procter, and Vittori's paddled that one down towards fine leg for 4. Off the edge, down towards third man, and that's the 500 up for New Zealand. And now Procter brings that one back in. A big shot from South Africa again, but again the umpire says not out. That ball probably hitting Vittori outside the line of off stump. Oh, Vittori's hit on the pad. The South Africans appeal again, and the umpire again says not out. That ball, I think, again hitting Vittori outside the line of off stump. Another LBW shot. They're pleading with the umpire, and yes, the umpire says that's out. That's better from Pollock. That was nice and straight, crashing into Vittori's stumps, and that's the end of the innings for New Zealand. Vittori is out. LBW to Pollock for 43, and New Zealand are all out for 505. So there it is, 505 is the total for New Zealand. Their last 2 wickets put on 75 runs. Let's have a look at their scorecard. 157 runs for Glenn Turner up the top there. He really did play the role of long-lasting superglue for this innings. 86 for Stephen Fleming, that feels like a lifetime ago. 84 for Ross Taylor, an excellent innings yesterday. And let's not forget the contributions down the bottom there. 43 runs for Daniel Vittori and 33 for Trent Boult. They shared in a partnership of 60 for the 9th wicket. South Africa were kept out in the field for 212 overs from New Zealand, so they did as well as they could considering the difficult bowling conditions. Shaun Pollock was the peak of the bowlers today. He finished with 4 for 83, very respectable figures. 3 wickets for Dale Steyn, 2 for Mike Procter, 1 for Alan Donald, and no wickets for Jacques Kallis or Graham Smith. So with a day and a half to go, South Africa find themselves 161 runs behind New Zealand. Graham Smith and Barry Richards are out there in the middle now to begin South Africa's second innings. Well, that ball definitely dipped on McCullum, and that's gone down to the boundary for 4 byes. Clipped away through the gap between those 2 catches on the leg side, and 4 for Richards. Oh, that's a fierce cut shot from Graham Smith. The fielders had absolutely no chance. And another lovely cut shot, this time a little bit finer. Graham Smith is looking in very good form out there. Oh, that bouncer eluding Richards and eluding McCullum. 4 more byes. Oh, bowled him! Oh, that's the early wicket New Zealand were looking for. Hadley has got Richards again, who has out-bowled Hadley for 10. And South Africa are 29 for 1. Oh, Graham Smith is really picking Trent Boult off through that offside. That's 4 more. Well, that's a lovely in-swing and the perfect left-armer's delivery, and the umpire's given it out. Yes, that's a very important wicket for Trent Boult and New Zealand. Hashim Amla falling across his crease. He is out. LBW to Boult for a duck, and South Africa are 36 for 2. Kallis walks across his stumps, and that's beautiful batsmanship. Turn away through square leg for 4. In the air, and oh my goodness gracious me, that must be the catch of the tournament. Glenn Turner in the gully, flinging himself to his left. He's scored all these runs, and in typical New Zealand fashion, he's taken a stunning catch. Graham Smith is out, caught Turner, bowled Boult for 21, and South Africa are in deep trouble at 43 for 3. Well, it's time for tea on day 4. Glenn Turner and New Zealand are walking off the ground, very happy campers. South Africa are 52 for 3. Let's have a look at their scorecard. The top 3 are already out for South Africa: Graham Smith, Barry Richards and Hashim Amla. It will be down to Kallis in the middle order to rescue South Africa in this match. Richard Hadley has taken 1 wicket, 2 for Trent Boult, including that sensational catch by Glenn Turner in the gully. You have to go a long way to see a better catch than that. That catch has helped put New Zealand into a very good position in this match. Well, that's a nice shot from Graham. Pollock worked through mid-on for 4. Well, that's a lovely piece of timing from Kallis. He looks in good form, up on his toes and punched down the ground. Lovely bowling from Hadley, a beautiful line. Well, that's a good shot. There's no one at mid-on, and that will be 4 more for Pollock. More good bowling from Hadley, but no edge, unfortunately, for New Zealand. Kallis punching off the back foot again. That's going to make it all the way to the boundary for 4 more. Little bottom edge. There's no one down there at fine leg, and that will be 4 more for Kallis. Oh, now this one whipped through mid-wicket. That's 3 fours in a row for Jacques Kallis. What a wonderful batsman he is. Cries of catch from New Zealand, but that's avoided the close infielders, and 4 more for Kallis. Oh, Kallis is in beautiful form. A wonderful stride to the ball. And that's the 50 partnership between these two. Well, that's a nice piece of timing from Graham Pollock, and that's the 100 up for South Africa. Well, that spoiled the over, a no ball, and Kallis has whipped that one away for 4. Shane Bond to start a new over. Well, that's a full toss on leg stump, and Pollock says thank you very much. 4 more. Oh, he's got that one fine, past fine leg, and that will be another 4. Well, that's a nice comeback from Shane Bond, a bit of extra pace and bounce. Oh, that's not a good ball from Cairns, and Pollock has cashed in again. 4 more. Edged away from Kallis. Oh, that's going to go all the way for 4, and that's 50 for Jacques Kallis. Oh yes, Kallis is starting to take back control here at Lords. It's the 100-run partnership between these two. That's a nice ball from Chris Cairns. Let's come down the slope. What does the umpire say? Yes, that's out. Well, that's a very important wicket for New Zealand. Graham Pollock struck on the front pad in front of the stumps. And he is out. LBW to Cairns for 41. And South Africa are 144 for 4. Kallis has got that one past square leg, and that will be 4 more to his total. Well, that's a lovely sweep from de Villiers, and that's put South Africa back in the lead. Oh, too easy for de Villiers, just working that one away down the hill. Yes, there still isn't much spin in this pitch at Lords. Well, that one's whipped wide of Williamson at mid-on. He's not going to be able to cut that off. Another 4 for AB de Villiers. Oh, an inside edge just past leg stump. Lovely bowling from Hatley. Oh, de Villiers sweeps again. He's got such a lovely arc of the bat swinging through the line of the ball, and that will be 4 more. Oh, that's just superb timing from de Villiers. That raced away to the boundary. Oh, yes, against the spin, but in complete control. He's really taking it to Vittori. And now down the pitch and through mid-wicket. That's 4 fours in the over. What a batsman AB de Villiers is for South Africa. And that will be the end of play on day 4. What an interesting day of Test match cricket it's been today. Earlier this morning, South Africa taking 5 quick New Zealand wickets before lunch, but then New Zealand blew their total up to 505 and took 3 quick South African wickets. But South Africa have really batted incredibly quickly in this final session. They find themselves 208 for 4, already 47 runs ahead. Anyway, let's have a look at their scorecard. 80 not out for Jacques Kallis from only 112 balls, 44 from AB de Villiers from only 40 balls, and 41 runs in good time also for Graham Pollock. South Africa scored 156 runs in that final session for the loss of a single wicket, that of Graham Pollock. South Africa are not out of trouble yet in this match, but they're in a much better position than they were at tea. New Zealand found life very tough after tea, bowling to that onslaught from Kallis, Pollock and de Villiers. 1 wicket at the moment for Richard Hadley, 2 for 60 for Trent Bolt, but he's been very expensive. 1 wicket also for Chris Cairns. So, South Africa lead by only 47 runs, but they have 6 second innings wickets in hand. This could turn into another very exciting test match, folks. It's all going to depend what happens tomorrow morning in that first session. That's it from us. Do join us tomorrow for the final day of this first test match, and bye for now.